Brooksy here today with Brooksys Car Restorations, and Dad. We're in his GQ patrol, and we're heading out to get the next project. We're on a Brooksys Car Hunt. Yeah, so a reoccurring theme in our car selling slash buying seems to be these territories, but you can get them cheap and you can sell them quite reasonably. So, well, as long as that keeps going on, we might as well keep buying them. It keeps funding our better projects, so keeps food on the table and pays the bills, etc., etc. So yeah, we're heading out to buy another territory. So yeah, we'll see you out there shortly, and hopefully we'll get it up and running and we'll drive it home, and so there'll be a drive home video too. So anywho, see you then. So this is the new project, 2005 Ford Territory gear. It's a little bit rough. A little bit of rust coming in through the roof. Yeah. So I need sanding back and repainting and fixing up and that. Different coloured bonnet. A little bit rough. Not completely unfixable. There she goes, driving off. Will she make it home? I don't know where to mount my camera, so this is a bit annoying. But yeah, cruising back home. Got the Ford new old Ford Territory. The old man. We had to bolt a whole bunch of stuff onto it and do a heap of things to get it going, and I wasn't able to film what I wanted to at the place because of the people that were there. I just didn't want to make them feel uncomfortable, whatever. Just an old couple. Yeah, so far so good. The engine runs really well. All the rest of it, smooth as butter. No smoke, as you can see. Oh, she's blowing smoke now. What happened there? Fuel maybe. driving cars around, basically. So we stopped for a minute. The inner guard is eating itself away on the tyre. It was spitting out all over the road, so we're going to try and tie it up a bit better. I thought the way it was coming off looked like this. I thought that the tyre was eating itself. As bits of this spitting out all over the road. So I'm trying to pull Dad over as quick as I can because I'm scared one of his tyres is going to go. But no, it's all good. Well, it's eaten a decent hold in the inner guard, but it's not a super important piece of equipment or whatever. Easy go with the inner guard. Yep. Not a tyre at least. But all the tyres look pretty good. Like they're all got pretty good tread on them. Shouldn't need new tyres for Rego. Yeah, so far the trip's been good. She's made it back. A couple of little hiccups here and there, but nothing too drama. So a successful will it drive home video. She's been off the road for some time, but she yeah, she's made it. Today on Brooksys Car Restorations, we'll work on the PT Cruiser PT Cruiser. Now, it's having issues starting. We had to start it about 6 times to try and get it in here. Keeps wanting to die when it is started, so it's having some fuel issues. Just put some fuel cleaner through it. Yeah, so hopefully that'll help a bit. We're gonna set up a starter switch so we can bypass all these relays and all that crap, because I don't know what's going on with it, but for some reason it's not working. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but one of these bolts here is sheared off from the radiator slash thermostat housing or whatever it is down in there. We're gonna take that off, drill it out and put a new bolt and that in it. Reseal it because it's currently leaking. Yeah, so get it starting, get it to stop leaking coolant, hopefully get it running properly so it doesn't constantly die, and give the next person a somewhat decent car. I'm gonna probably clean that up and give it a bit of paint, and the other couple of patches, the one on the back and the one on the roof, and do some light restoration, get that clear again, and yeah, just give it a good buff and polish and send it on its way, because as it is, and I think I've said this in a few other videos, I'm just really not feeling the motivation to work on this car. So better that, and I've had it for 12 months or so, so it's better that someone else who likes or loves the car gets it and wants to, fix it up, sort of thing. So yeah, that's where we're up to. It's a wet and miserable day, and we're going to try and get into it. I've already sort of somewhat detailed the interior from ages ago because I was bored. It's got a really white, leathery, vinyl-y sort of interior, and I'll give it a quick once over because it's been a little while. I'd love to give the carpets a bit of a freshen up in a vacuum, but I mean, the rest of the carpets, apart from the driver's side's somewhat clean. The leather seats are good. The dash is somewhat alright. Underneath the dash mat, though, is a different story. Steering wheel's in reasonable shape, except for a little patch here. You know, steering wheel covered fixate if I could be bothered. The rest of the dash is not too shabby, with that white leathery sort of material, and again the passenger side. Yeah, the other floors, like I said, are good. The seats, pretty damn smick. They're all heated and electric, and as far as I know, they all work. Although who knows now? I haven't used them for a while. Back of the car, same thing. Really nice leather / vinyl seats, which I'll give a bit of a polish up, a bit more leather restoration stuff on. You know, the interior of the car is really nice, actually, compared to some of it. Like these pockets, they sort of remind me of me Crocs, or should I say they match me Crocs. But yeah, just give it a light clean up, just make it look nice. Give the back bumper a little bit of paint, fix up that little rust spot on the roof, and give it a little touch of paint. Just little things. Put the windscreen wipers back on. That one has got no blade. I've got to put 2 windscreen wipers on the front. I'll clean them up and paint them. Yeah. It's a somewhat reasonable detail. I'm not going to go too nuts on it, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to make a terrible amount of money on this car, but hopefully I'll break even, make maybe a couple of dollars. Anywho, get back to you shortly when we start working on it. One stubborn ass bolt. This project seems to be full of them. One snapped off bolt after another. Take off a bit of that surface rust. Did our first coat of under coat without taping anything up. I didn't get any on the wheel, didn't get any on the light. No, I'm not that good. Alright. I'm getting better though. Dad, put the
I got the broken
intake
bolt
off.
out of the inlet. I got the broken bolt out of the inlet manifold.
You got all the rubber bits?
Yeah, this still sitting there. And we got down to where the broken bolt is, down there in the water pump, in the thermostat housing.
I can't even see on this thing, but anyways, turn it this way. There we go. That's better.
That second bolt in the thermostat housing snapped off. Or it was snapped off when we bought it. It was overheating. Figured out why the water was running out. The thermostat housing
well, not when we bought it.
Well, not yet.
It wasn't overheating until after I did a water change on it, but anyways.
Yeah. But that's been broken for a long time.
Maybe. Wasn't leaking though earlier.
Very heavy rust on it, yeah.
Alright, now we're going to go to the back of the Kia. The Kia. I can't paint the back boot because it's... We need to bring it in further, Dad. I can't paint the back bumper of the car because it's raining on it. Yeah, all good. So, but I got this part I could do first. Get this a little bit first and then...
Otherwise I won't have enough room. Will 2 feet be enough?
See? You got the diesel nozzle strap in the engine.
Done some primer on the roof.
Crazy pig.
Now I'm just gonna... The back bumper's really wet from the rain, so I'm gonna dry that off with my my heat gun so that we can get it ready. The whole back bumper looks as though it needs to be repainted, so why not? So yeah, probably end up doing this whole bumper, drying it, then sanding it back, then blah blah blah, etc. Get the point. Just for fun. Right, so we just sanded back the bumper to a reasonable degree. Still got to get a little bit in there. I've got a hand sand up though. It's all a bit more fiddly. The top bits and the other bits. Oops. All this is all sanded back as much as I would like. And hand sand that little bit back and then we'll do the first coat for it. Alright, just did the first coat of black on there. Now the guard is obviously dinted in. I'm not trying to hide all that with bog and all that other business. Just tidying it up a little bit, stopping any potential rust coming through. You know, buff and a polish, it'll actually probably look nice. Anyways, that's the first coat of black. Maybe I'll put 2, maybe 3 coats on there, and then a clear or so over it. And then everything will get a buff and a polish, including the lights, get them nice and clear. Because still trying to melt this bolt out.
I wish I had my... This is not really hot enough, but it might help. If my Oxy was here, we'd probably get it a lot quicker. But anyway, we're working on it.
Probably melt the car down too.
We're trying to loosen it up.
Considering how close all this is to the injectors. Yeah. And I'll come back. Well, let's get some lunch and come back and do some more painting and stuff. Hopefully we'll knock all the big stuff over for this today. The bumpers needs a coat of paint on it. For some reason the flies like it. But I've sanded all that down and washed it off. It's all ready to go. Alright, so that's with a second coat of paint on it. It looks funny because it's got lots of dents and that and whatever else. It's once the guard is polished and whatever else, and I'll come back to that. It'll look a heap better, but it's Well, it's alright. The roof so far is turning out a lot better. As you can see. But anywho. Alright. It's now getting pretty dark. Yeah, my place at night. So yeah, took the kids swimming. We did a bunch of stuff. I just didn't get around to recording it. So, I got the PT going and starting almost all the time. But, well, for now it is anyways. We can't exactly run it, but yeah. So the points were really, really rusted. I don't know how, but you can't really see it now because I sanded the crap out of them. But yeah. Not points. Sorry, the points. Used to sanding points. Yeah. Terminals. Sorry. And I just for fun decided to clean them up, and then all of a sudden the thing wants to now start whenever I turn the key. So can't be mad at that. Although I wish I'd thought of it 6 to 9 months ago when the bloody thing started carrying on, and I put a new starter motor in it. But whatever. It starts and it's trying to run with no intake on whatsoever. So the intake's off. We got that thing out. I guess I need to get a torch up the front here. Anyways, I'll grab a torch in a minute and I'll show you that. There's a giant hole down in there. That was the issue we're having with the radiator leak in that. I'll come back to that in a second anyways. I'm going to show you how the other bits turned out. So we'll start at the back bumper considering all the lights are on there. That's just the shine of the light. If I take the light off it a bit, you'll see that it's not actually like that. Yeah, we put a first coat on the bumper. And yeah, it's, you know, a little bit orange peely and blah blah blah. It's just the first coat. We'll give it a little bit of a sand back and throw some more on there. You know, doesn't have to be perfect. And also, this isn't going to turn out all that spectacular because I'm filming at night and blah blah blah. But as far as I know, there's no runs. You know, a little bit of peeling, but it was just the first coat's a bit light anyway, so second/third coat will be a lot, you know, stronger. On the top here, it's almost like glass now. I've put the first coat of clear on there. The way I had it before looked really shiny. But yeah, it's not looking bad. Yeah, let me just drag these back to the front of the car. Anyways, now back at the front of the car. That was the thing we took out, the thermostat housing. The thermostat housing was leaking, so a bolt had stripped off inside it, and it was a nightmare to get out. So Dad's ripped that out, and he's taken it home to his drill press to drill the bastard out, potentially. And yeah, hopefully they'll be back tomorrow with a new gasket in it and good to go. And hopefully this thing will be running and not leaking fluid and all good for someone to buy. Now, I got annoyed with this dent. So yeah, I poured out the magic bog or body filler or whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna sand that back really, really smooth and start painting again. It was just looking terrible with all those dents in it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this stuff, but it does have its place. I mean, you know, just to make things look somewhat straight again. And no, that's not a great job, but it'll look a hell of a lot better after it's sanded. Not starting to get fairly dry now. Not dry enough to sand, but yeah. I'm going to throw this video out, call it a night. I'm going to keep working throughout the night, and yeah, whatever I end up recording, or maybe I'll just come back in the morning and show you what it all looks like after it's done. Doing another Brooksys hunt tomorrow potentially. I don't know if we're buying a car or not, but we're going to have a look at two cars, sorry, for Dad. If you're wondering why I'm not buying any, it's because I don't have space. Otherwise, I'll probably be buying more cars too. But once I get rid of a car or two, I'll you know, I got rid of the Territory, got another car. Once I get rid of these two cars, hopefully I'll get some more. I got my eyes set on a couple of really nice old school cars there. I don't want to give it away yet, but I'm hoping the car will still be there. Anyways, an old Isuzu Ballet. There's two of them sitting in an old barn. Hasn't been started or ran for, you know, 20, 30 years, whatever. And Brooksy needs to get them back on the road. I'd never seen or heard of them before, the old Isuzu Ballets, but yeah, tiny little 4-cylinder car. Got a 1.6 or 1.8 litre in them, I think. Yeah, go really well. Anyways, yeah, so we'll pick this up again tomorrow and show the finishing product of the painting and blah blah blah. To be continued.